Mammals. All mammals like deer, lions, bears, beaver, mice, and even you are endothermic vertebrates that have a four-chambered heart and skin covered with fur or hair. Most mammals are also born alive, and young mammals are fed with milk produced by mammary glands, which are organs in the mother's body that produce milk. Another characteristic of most mammals is that they have teeth, and these teeth are adapted to chew food to make digestion easier. Teeth have four different shapes that allow mammals to stab, tear, cut, and grind their food. If you were to look at a skull and just examine the teeth, you would be able to figure out the mammal's diet and then determine at least whether it was a carnivore, herbivore, or omnivore. Remember that herbivores are plant-eating mammals, so they'll have incisors that will help cut the plants and grass, and then molars that will help them grind down the food. Carnivores are meat eaters, so therefore you would expect carnivores to have large, sharp canines that help tear and shred their meat. Omnivores eat both plants and meat, so they have a combination of all types of teeth, allowing them to tear and cut food, along with grinding food down to help with their digestions. Go ahead and check out your teeth since humans are omnivores. We have the front incisors for cutting, we have canines for tearing, and we have those large molars in the back for grinding down food. Now, mammals need a lot of energy, and therefore they must get a lot of oxygen from the food they eat. Therefore, a mammal has to have an efficient way to get oxygen into the body, into the cells. And just like reptiles and birds, mammals breathe with lungs, but also have a large muscle called a diaphragm that is located at the bottom of the ribs that help with the in and out motion of the lungs. The lungs are also very large and have a huge surface area, and it's covered with millions of alveoli, which is an efficient system taking oxygen to the cells. Mammals also have four-chambered hearts, which, like birds, make sure that oxygen-rich blood does not mix with oxygen-poor blood, allowing plenty of oxygen to get to the body. Mammals also have very complex nervous system, and this allows us and other mammals to receive information from the environment. Mammals have complex brains that enable us to learn, remember, and behave in a variety of ways that help them survive. Mammals have highly developed senses, and depending on their habitat and how they obtain food and how they escape prey, some mammals have much more highly developed senses than others. Mammals also have adaptations that allow them to move in more ways than members of any other group of vertebrates. Most move by walking or running on four limbs, but some hop, some can swing by their arms or even their tails from branch to branch, some can glide through the air, some can swim in the oceans, and some can walk upright on two legs just like us. At some point in their lives, mammals also have fur or hair. The amount of fur or hair that covers a mammal's skin varies greatly and may change from when they are a baby to when they are an adult. The habitat in which the mammal lives also determines how much fur or hair an animal has, such as those living in colder climates have a much thicker coat of fur than those living in hot and humid climates. And among the diversity of mammals, while there are some that are egg-laying or have pouches or placentas, all mammals create offspring through internal fertilization. There are three main groups of mammals: monotremes, marsupials, and placental mammals, and they all differ in how their young develop. Monotremes are egg-laying mammals that have only three species. Two of these species are spiny anteaters, and the third species is a duck-billed platypus. The spiny anteaters lay their eggs directly into a pouch on their bellies, and then after hatching, the young will stay there about 6 to 8 weeks drinking milk that seeps out of pores on the mother's skin. Duck-billed platypus will lay their eggs in an underground nest, and the young will feed from milk that oozes from slits on the fur of the mom's belly. Marsupials are mammals whose young are born at an early stage of development, and then they usually continue to develop in a pouch on their mom's body. Marsupials include koalas, kangaroos, and possums. Now, when marsupials are born, they are blind, hairless, and pink, and some are so small they are less than 1 centimeter in length. Now they will crawl along the wet fur of their mother's belly until they reach her pouch, and then once inside, they will find one of her nipples and attach to it and remain in the pouch until they have grown enough to peer out of the pouch opening. Unlike both the monotreme and the marsupial, placental mammals have young that develop inside the mother's body until the young's body system can function independently. The name of this group comes from the placenta, which is an organ in pregnant females that allow materials to pass between the mother and developing embryos, including food and oxygen. Even waste from the developing baby will pass to the mother, who will then eliminate them. The mother's placenta is attached to the young by an umbilical cord. Usually, the larger the placental mammal, the longer the gestation, or the period of how long the baby develops inside the womb. For example, a human gestation period is 9 months. For an elephant, it's around 21 months, but for a mouse, it's about 20 days. Now, placental mammals are classified into groups on the basis of characteristics such as how they eat and how their bodies move. Primates are a group of mammals with large brains and eyes that face forward and include humans, monkeys, and apes. Flying mammals like bats have thin skin that stretches from their wrists to the tips of their long finger bones. Marine mammals such as whales and manatees and dolphins are ocean-dwelling mammals that have a body shape adapted for swimming. And hoofed mammals such as cows and deer, horses and zebras all have hooves with an even or odd number of toes depending on the species. Now, unlike many animals in the animal kingdom, mammals usually require much parental care and will stay with their mother or both parents for an extended time. Usually, young mammals need to follow their mother or parents to learn things that are important to their survival, such as which food to eat, how to catch prey, how to escape predators, when to hibernate, or where are safe areas to roam. But in the end, mammals, and even you, will grow to be an adult, learn to live independently, and survive on your own. We're at the end of our section, and it's time for you to show what you know.